At a railway station in a city, there lived a beggar. He used to fill his stomach by begging from the passengers of the trains that came and went. One day, while he was begging, he noticed a tall man in a suit. The beggar thought, "This man looks very rich. If I beg from him, he might give me a good amount of money." So he started begging from the tall man. Looking at the beggar, the tall man said, "You always ask others, but have you ever given anything to anyone?" The beggar replied, "Sir, I am just a beggar. I always ask people for things. I don't have anything to give anyone." The tall man said, "If you cannot give anything, you have no right to ask either. I am a businessman and I only believe in give and take. If you have something to give me, only then will I give you something in return." After saying this, the tall man boarded his train and left. The beggar kept thinking about his words. What the tall man had said struck a deep chord in the beggar's heart. He thought, "Maybe I don't get much money while begging because I have nothing to give in return. But I am a beggar. I have nothing to give," he thought. "How long will I keep asking without offering anything in return?" After thinking for a long time, he decided, "From now on, I'll give something to anyone who gives me alms." But then a new question came to his mind. "I am a beggar. What can I give people in return?" 2 days passed thinking about this question, but he still found no answer. On the third day, as he sat near the station, he noticed some flowers blooming around the plants nearby. He thought, why not give people flowers in return for alms? He liked the idea and picked some flowers. Then he went into the train to beg again. This time, whenever someone gave him alms, he gave them a flower in return. People accepted the flowers happily and kept them. From that day on, he would pick flowers daily and offer them in exchange for alms. Soon he noticed that many more people were now giving him money. As long as he had flowers to offer, the alms would also stop. This became a daily pattern. One day, while begging, he saw the same tall man sitting in a train, the man who had inspired him to give flowers in return for alms. He immediately went to him and said, "Today I have something to give you in return. If you give me alms, I'll give you flowers." The tall man gave him some money, and the beggar gave him flowers in return. The tall man smiled and said, "Wow, today you have become a businessman just like me." He got down at his station, taking the flowers with him. But once again, the man's words touched the beggar's heart deeply. He kept thinking about what the tall man had said and became very happy. His eyes sparkled with hope. He felt like he had found the key to success that could change his life. He quickly got off the train and, looking up to the sky, shouted loudly, "I am not a beggar. I am a businessman. I can become rich too." People saw him and thought, maybe this beggar has gone mad. From the next day, the beggar was never seen at the station again. 6 months later, at the same station, two well-dressed men were traveling. They looked at each other and one said, "Do you recognize me?" The other man replied, "No, I believe this is the first time we are meeting." The first man smiled and said, "No, we've met not once, but 3 times. The second man asked, "When did we meet before?" The first man smiled and said, "We met twice on the same train. I was the beggar to whom you once refused alms and later bought flowers from." The second man, astonished, said, "Oh yes, I remember you now. But where are you going in this suit and what are you doing these days?" The first man said, "Yes, I was that beggar, but now I am a big flower businessman. I am traveling to another city for business." After a pause, he continued, "In our first meeting, you taught me the natural rule that you only get something when you give something. That law of give and take really works. I realized that I had never thought of myself as anything but a beggar. It was during our second meeting that you told me I had become a businessman. That's when I understood who I really was. People weren't giving me alms, they were paying for my flowers. I was a small businessman in their eyes, but I still saw myself as a beggar. After our second meeting, I changed my thinking. I saved the money I earned from giving flowers on the train, and started a flower business. People here love flowers, and their love has made me a successful flower merchant. The two men smiled and stepped off the train together, discussing their businesses. Dear friends, this story teaches us many lessons. The tall man knew the rule of give and take very well. Every successful businessman in the world has applied this rule in life. He taught the same rule to the beggar, who embraced it and transformed his life. He changed his mindset, and that changed his life. If we keep seeing ourselves as small, we will remain small. To grow big, we must think big. The essence of the story is this: success is hidden in your thoughts. Awaken your self-respect, think bigger about yourself, and you'll see yourself reaching the peak of success.